no male role models go to sleep alone at night. They took my uncle.
This is my bedroom right here. This is the trap. Rubber band, man. We used to wear rubber bands to signify like how much money, how much blow we had. You know what I'm saying? We had what, 3 rubber bands that'll probably hold about $5,000.
Tip was a real drug dealer. Like, he was making beats in the room. He had this piano, you know what I'm saying? He had the 6x9 speaker. The piano would be right here. The 6x9 speaker would sit on top of the piano, and the window was right there, and he would serve out the window with the dope in the speaker.
Does the name Tip ring a bell? Before he was known worldwide as T.I., that was just a kid with big dreams and an even bigger grind. Back then, he wasn't famous for platinum records or polished interviews. He was known for his hustle, moving back and forth between New York and Atlanta like a young boss in training.
Band, man, we used to wear rubber bands to signify like how much money, how much blow we had. You know what I'm saying? We had what, 3 rubber bands that'll probably hold about 5.
As a teenager, he was deep in the streets, stacking money and wearing rubber bands on his wrists. Each band wasn't just style, it showed how serious he was about that grind. That's how he earned the name Rubber Band Man.
T.I. at LAX, this is a good question. T.I. used to be known as the Rubber Band Man.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It wasn't just a catchy nickname, it was a badge of his street rep.
Due to his family's financial situation, he found himself dealing drugs by his early teens to earn some money. Between the arrests and violence, T.I. continued to rap, selling mixtapes out of the trunk of his car to get his name out there.
It's crazy to think somebody that locked into that life would later become one of rap's biggest stars. But this story didn't start with flashing lights. Clifford Harris Jr., born September 25, 1980, came up in Atlanta's Center Hill neighborhood. His father gave him the name Tip when he was just a kid, and that name stuck. He spent time in New York with his dad before his father sadly passed away from Alzheimer's. By just 8 years old, Tip was already writing rhymes and jumping into local talent shows like he knew he was destined for something bigger. School was never really his lane, and Tip figured that out quick. He made the bold choice to walk away, and that's when his real story truly began. Like a lot of kids growing up in rough areas, he leaned toward the streets where fast money looked tempting.
Come here at nighttime, man. You see that dude who just rode up and down that street on that bicycle? He was doing something, okay? And it's gonna be about 18, 19 more when the sun...
But came with serious risks. Tip understood the dangers, but he still stepped in with confidence, ready to bet on himself. He didn't waste time either. Once he jumped in, he got involved in illegal drug dealing and quickly built a name as one of the young hustlers people whispered about around the block.
Young and stupid, man. I might have been 17, 8.
That street buzz spread fast, but that kind of attention always comes with a heavy price. It didn't take long before reality hit hard. One day, Tip was driving without a license, trying to stay low-key when everything went left. Police pulled him over, searched the car, and found illegal substances on him. In a flash, his world flipped upside down. He was arrested, sentenced to 18 months behind bars, and placed on 7 years of probation. That wasn't some light punishment. It followed him for years, even after fame came knocking. When he came home, Tip knew he had to switch paths and chase something bigger before it was too late. The streets had already shown him everything they had to offer, and it wasn't much.
Take a good look at me. Now picture me unhappy. No cash and out of fashion, not flat.
So Tip made a bold move and put all his chips on his talent. By 1999, he was back in the studio, testing his voice, sharpening his flow, and chasing a dream way bigger than the block. Then came his first official release, his debut track, I'm Serious. The record started picking up real buzz, and for the first time, Tip felt like he had found his real purpose. That single cracked the door open, and soon after, he dropped his first full album, I'm Serious. When it landed in 2001, it reached number 98 on the Billboard charts and moved around 270,000 copies. Not bad for somebody who had just swapped street life for studio sessions. But that was only the warm-up. The real shift came with trap music, the project that helped redefine Southern hip-hop. When it dropped in September 2003, the sound was gritty, bold, and impossible to ignore. T.I. delivered a new flavor that grabbed the culture by the collar. The album sold over 109,000 copies in its first week, proving his voice carried weight. But while the music was climbing, chaos followed. That same year, a situation with mall security spiraled out of control, leading to multiple charges, including battery on a law enforcement officer, trespassing, and disorderly conduct. Fame was rising fast, but so was the pressure. It was a bad look for a rising star, no doubt about it. By January 2005, T.I. pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 18 months of probation plus 75 hours of community service. For somebody trying to level up, that could have ended everything. But those setbacks taught him lessons the hard way. The pain turned into focus, and that focus pushed him to move smarter than ever. Around that time, he found real stability with Tamika Cottle, better known as Tiny. She became his anchor, helping him avoid extra drama and keep his eyes on what truly mattered. Still, before the awards and headlines, Tip had to grind for every inch. He once admitted that before the fame, he would pull up to clubs, cause a little noise, even bump heads with security just to sneak in and grab a mic. That was hunger at its rawest. Once inside, he would press mixtapes into DJs' hands, convincing them to spin his tracks. That street-level marketing hit hard. Soon the buzz grew loud and fame started chasing him instead of the other way around. With albums like King and Hit Records stacking up, he proved he wasn't just another rapper. He was building an empire. That empire became Grand Hustle Records, a label that helped launch artists like Travis Scott, Young Dro, Meek Mill, and Iggy Azalea. His reach went way beyond his own records. He was helping shape the future of hip-hop, but fame can bring real danger. On May 4th, 2006, tragedy struck outside Club Ritz in Connecticut when T.I. and his crew were caught in a violent situation that ended in gunfire. That night changed everything. His close friend and business partner, Philant Johnson, lost his life.
I saw him coming.
You saw them coming?
Yeah, I saw him coming. Before they pulled up on the side of me, I saw him weaving in and out of traffic trying to get up to the side of us. I saw when they put the tools out the window.
The full story behind the attack remained unclear, but Tip later shared chilling memories about those terrifying moments. He said he had just stepped into the back seat of a black van while Johnson sat up front. Something felt off. Then suddenly, headlights from another car sped toward them, trying to pull up alongside. In seconds, calm turned into chaos. Tip described it like this: "Before I knew it, shots rang out. Gunfire erupted from the left side of the van. He instantly dropped down, trying to stay out of harm's way, while someone inside the vehicle fired back in defense. Bullets were flying, people were shouting, and time felt frozen for a split second before everything snapped back into panic."
Crowd spilled out to the parking lot. I got in to leave. Shootout ensued, and there was several people shot. One person died.
The person who died was Big Phil.
When the shooting stopped, there was confusion everywhere. Tip walked away physically unharmed, but Johnson was critically wounded. They rushed him into another car, racing to the hospital with hope fading fast. Sadly, Johnson did not survive. That night left scars that no success could ever erase. When I was asked about that night, his whole expression went cold. He said his friend looked lifeless, his shirt drenched in blood, a clear wound on his left temple. That image never left him. It replayed in his mind like a scene stuck on repeat. That tragedy didn't just take a life, it shifted Tip's entire mindset overnight.
I'ma tell you what, Flip. I'm the leader of the troops. You just following suit. I got a question for anybody following you. What kind of take a picture in a Lucky Charm suit?
After that loss, he stepped back from releasing music and focused on healing. Instead of moving reckless, he leaned into the business side, burying himself in work to deal with the pain. But no matter how much success he built, the past kept creeping up, and this wasn't his first time dealing with chaos. Fans still remember the heated clash between T.I. and Lil Flip. The tension was serious. Back in 2003, Tip started calling himself King of the South, a bold claim that didn't sit right with Flip. He publicly rejected it, and suddenly the Southern rap scene was buzzing heavy. Things cooled down for a minute, but it never fully died out. Then, in 2004, while the rivalry was still hanging in the air, Tip landed back behind bars for violating probation tied to an old 1998 case. Locked up again, he couldn't respond or clear the air. It was another harsh reminder. No matter how high he climbed, his past always found a way to drag him back into the storm. It only got hotter as the months rolled by. Both sides kept firing slick shots in interviews, freestyles, and mixtapes. What started as tension turned into a full-blown Southern rap war, and neither T.I. nor Lil Flip was ready to step back. Every move felt personal, and the whole region was watching. Things really blew up when Tip pulled up to Houston's 97.9 radio station as a guest. During the interview, he slid in more subtle shade at Flip. But this time it didn't stay subtle for long. It turned into a direct diss on live air. Then he shocked everybody by announcing he was heading straight to Flip's Cloverland neighborhood to shoot a video and prove his point. That was a bold move, no question. And he wasn't bluffing. Tip and his crew actually showed up in Cloverland with cameras rolling and tension thick in the air. It felt like one wrong move could spark something serious. On the other side, Flip's camp was just as ready to stand their ground. The confrontation reportedly went down near a local detail shop, and the streets said it got intense. Details remain unclear, with different stories about who made the first move. Afterward, Tip jumped back on radio, claiming his team recorded everything and that the footage would drop with his next mixtape. The rivalry wasn't cooling off anytime soon, but that footage never dropped. Over time, it faded into rap folklore, one of those stories people swear they saw but can't prove. Years later, in 2020, Lil Flip sat down with LAD-TV, and as usual, nothing stayed buried for long.
Face to face over the phone?
Nah, it was a meeting, face to face, you know. Me, him, and Jay Prince.
Flip finally broke his silence about the long-running tension and explained how it all really ended. According to him, after all the back and forth, he, T.I., and Houston OG Jay Prince had a private sit-down. No cameras, no crowd, just a real face-to-face conversation to squash it for good. That meeting closed the chapter on one of Southern hip-hop's most talked-about rivalries. Fans still remember how heated it was. Street pride, rap ego, and raw energy crashing into each other in broad daylight.
Say it was at an undisclosed location, and you know, cooler heads prevailed, and you know, at the end of the day, it was some petty, honestly, you know what I mean? But that's what grown men.
Flip said the peace talk stayed strictly between the three of them. He explained, "We talked at an undisclosed location, and cooler heads prevailed. You know, at the end of the day, it was some petty stuff. That's what grown men do, sit down and figure it out." That kind of accountability changed everything. After that, Tip turned inward. Still carrying the pain of losing Philon Johnson, he poured it into the music. In 2007, he released T.I. Versus, TIP, a powerful project that exposed both sides of himself, the polished superstar and the street survivor, fighting for balance. The project hit hard and turned into a major win, earning TY 9 BET Award nominations. Fans connected with the raw honesty. It peeled back every layer of who he really was. But even with that success, controversy stayed close, almost like a shadow. Just when things seemed steady, another storm rolled in. This time in California, while he was riding with Temeka Cottle. What should have been a calm night quickly became headline news. Police pulled them over, claiming they smelled marijuana coming from the car. The stop escalated fast, and before they could process it, both Tip and Tiny were in handcuffs. They were charged with possession of a controlled substance, and bail was set at $10,000 each. Another setback for the Atlanta heavyweight, who just couldn't shake the spotlight when it turned negative.
While 15 miles outside the city, agents spent hours searching the rapper's home. According to court documents, T.I. arranged for a bodyguard to pick up $12,000 in cash from a local bank. The rapper then made arrangements to take possession of the guns Saturday afternoon.
They were released the next morning, and after that scare, Tip made a choice to slow things down and focus on the bigger picture. For a long stretch, he stayed out of trouble, rebuilding his image and strengthening his brand. He worked hard to prove he wasn't just a rapper with a messy history, he was evolving. But when 2018 came around, that fiery Tip energy resurfaced. Reports claimed one night he misplaced his key and couldn't get into his gated community. And what happened next sparked fresh headlines all over again. Even after T.I. I tried explaining to the security guard that he actually lived in the gated community. The guard refused to let him in. That didn't sit right. Anyone who knows Tip knows he doesn't handle what he sees as disrespect lightly. The exchange got heated fast. With voices rising and tempers flaring. Witnesses later claimed he seemed a little under the influence and the whole scene turned loud and tense. Still, the guard didn't escalate. He stayed calm and called the police instead.
Have you been drinking or anything tonight?
No.
I got smell on you.
Well, I'm not driving that car.
You was driving another vehicle.
But I'm not driving right now.
But you was driving big.
I'm not.
When officers arrived, the situation only got worse. Tip was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, public intoxication, and simple assault.
He says I'm drunk.
You not drunk? What you mean?
I smell all of you.
He said
disorderly conduct.
He says he smelled it. Then he says disorderly conduct. They're just making something up.
Oh my.
91. Stay right there.
On the way.
Another headline nobody expected, especially after all the work he had done to rebuild his image. Thankfully, he didn't stay locked up long. He posted $2,200 bail and was released the same day. After that, he kept a lower profile, focusing on family, business moves, and music. But even when he stays quiet, the spotlight finds him. This time, it shifted to his son, King Harris. King recently made headlines after being taken to DeKalb County Jail, and the internet had plenty to say. Known for his bold personality and viral moments, he's faced public controversies of his own. Some fans started drawing comparisons to Tip's early struggles, wondering if history might be repeating itself. When King Harris got arrested, his father T.I. moved fast and used his influence to make sure his son was released. But instead of going quiet after that, King jumped straight onto Instagram and posted a bold video shouting, "I'm a free man. Stop playing with me. I ain't locked up." The clip spread like wildfire within hours.
Another thing, I'm a free man. Stop, goddamn, I'm not locked up. I'm straight. I was, but I'm back, I'm straight.
Taking over social media feeds everywhere. Reactions were all over the place. Some people laughed, others felt he was doing too much. One user wrote, "He acting like he did 25 to life, bro. Probably didn't even miss lunch." Another commented, "He looks more like a cartoon character than a real person." While someone else joked, he just completed his ultimate life mission. The internet had jokes ready, and the situation quickly turned into meme material. But behind the viral moment, the situation was more serious. Reports say King was leaving a gas station in his BMW when he nearly collided with a police vehicle. Officers pulled him over right away. During the stop, police claimed they smelled marijuana and saw a firearm on his hip. When they checked his information, they discovered an active warrant out of Pickens County related to missing a court date tied to previous vehicle violations. Suddenly, the headlines felt heavier than the jokes online. That's when the situation shifted from a simple traffic stop to a full arrest. The warrant traced back to August 2022, when King Harris had been charged with speeding on a suspended license and driving under the influence. Once the officer confirmed the active warrant, he followed procedure. According to the police report, Mr. Harris was cooperative. I removed the firearm from his hip with no issue. I then asked Mr. Harris to step out of the vehicle, placed handcuffs on him, and escorted him to my patrol car. But King wasn't alone that night. He had friends in the car, and the situation escalated further. Officers reportedly found a significant amount of marijuana inside the vehicle, which led to additional possession charges for everyone present. Even though King remained calm during the arrest, the headlines sparked fresh comparisons to his father, T.I. Online, people started saying it felt like history repeating itself. Only this time, it was unfolding in real time across social media. Despite the jokes and memes, the moment carried weight. For those who remember Tip's early struggles, it raised real questions about legacy, pressure, and learning from the past. Even with fame, money, and a famous last name, some lessons still come the hard way. Coverage from Fox 5 Atlanta later highlighted King's arraignment, noting that he did eventually appear in court, which suggested he may not have even known about the earlier court date in the first place. After his arrest, King Harris was transferred to Pickens County and the warrant was officially cleared. But online, the noise didn't stop. Since his father T.I. is not just a hip-hop legend, but someone who's faced his own legal struggles in the past, comparisons came fast and loud. Social media had opinions flying from every direction. One Instagram user wrote, "The type of life he want. His dad been trying to school him, but he still want to play the ghetto tough guy." Another said, "Usually parents failed their kids, but this kid right here failed their parents." Then one sarcastic comment really caught attention. "T.I., due to your son's actions, I'm gonna let you have a reflection period. Once he's had his epiphany, I'll fund his release myself." The sarcasm was clear, but it showed how big the spotlight had become. In a strange twist, Tip ended up catching heat over his son's situation. Still, many people defended him, saying he's clearly trying to guide King the right way, and there's proof of that. Back in 2022, during another situation involving King, Tip went live on Instagram and addressed him directly. No soft talk, no filters. He made it clear that if King kept moving reckless, serious consequences could follow. That public warning showed this wasn't just headlines, it was a father trying to step in before things go too far. Ain't no way around it, and there's nothing I'll be able to do about it. I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out. Those words from T.I. hit different. He openly admitted he's done everything a parent could possibly do. Discipline, punishments, tough talks, all of it. In his words, he done got all the whippings and punishments. We did everything we could when he was a child. Now he gotta go through it and get through it, and ain't nothing me, mama, or anybody else can say about it. That's a father speaking from experience, not ego. It's a strong reminder that success doesn't erase family struggles, money, fame, awards. None of that blocks real life. Sometimes the past shows back up as a lesson still unfolding. Some people wonder if Tip's journey is circling back through King Harris. Others say this is just life teaching both of them in real time. Either way, it's playing out in front of the whole world. Now I want to hear from you. Is Tip being too strict or not strict enough? Is this history repeating itself? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Make sure you subscribe to Dripzine, hit like, share this video, and press that hype button to help the channel grow. Let's keep building. Thank you.